how about we start the show and we get into um, the unfortunate situation that unfolded in Atlanta between young rappers by the name of King Von and I'm trying not to throw this other name in here because I don't know, I don't even know if it's confirmed or not, but they say Quando Rondo's crew is the people that were the opposers, you know what I'm saying, with that whole tragic situation that ended up in King Von and two other guys who were in King Von's crew getting murdered. So yeah, man, you notice how my tone really changed with this topic because I'm trying to be very delicate and I'm trying to be very respectful because not only is it becoming a trend in hip hop, um, it's just unfortunate, man. We're losing rappers at a pace in which is should be uncomfortable for people. It should, and to me, I'll be honest, like it's becoming too normal. It's like I'm starting to just get numb to it, and I think I know I'm not the only person who feels like that, but I can honestly say that like the fact that it's become normal is letting me know that this is happening way too frequently, and something needs to be done, man. So rather than talk about the obvious murder and the senseless violence, senseless conflicts that these black men are having, man, what can we do to solve this? Like, what can we do as a community to actually bring proper change, right? To change this. Is this something that we can do, or is this something that the artists, the rappers, the people that's living that life need to change? I mean, what do you think, man?
Well, you know, the street life, I think is one that is cruel. You know, when you're in the streets, I used to always talk about it all the time. Like, it's unfortunate. A lot of the rappers that have died in their own hometown, have been gunned down by their own, people. I think about like Chinks. That was another tragic death. Um, and a lot of times, oh, Nipsey Hussle too, obviously. It's like, uh, you give back to the streets, you come back to the streets, and a lot of times the streets don't, you know, treat you the way that they should be treating you, like giving thanks to what you've done. And I think the more and more rappers are living by these street rules, living in the streets that they probably no longer believe they no longer should be following, like those rules. I mean, I get it, it's ingrained in you, but if you could just find a way to just get out of that life, like get out of it, then I think that can solve a lot of stuff. Because, for me, what ensued in that situation, from what I know, what allegedly happened, it looked like it was a fight that unfortunately just turned deadly. Fights happen, differences happen, but you know, when it gets to that gunfire, it's, to me, it's just like, man, it just did not have to happen. And that to me is what I always go back to. This did not have to happen. Did not have to go down like that. But unfortunately it did. As you can tell, I'm trying to, toe that line just like you did, just because I think it's such a delicate situation. And to be honest with you, it's a situation that, I can't really speak much on, because at the end of the day, it's between the two parties, or all the parties involved. And, whatever their beef was, I have no clue. But all I know is, it's just a situation that's unfortunate and just did not have to happen.
Man, that's to me, I would say first off, well stated, well said. You know, I'm I'm tired of this, man. I'll be honest. As a consumer, as a now commentator on the culture, as somebody who, we both, me, you and I, we cover the art side of what essentially is the street life that these guys come up under, and they live out in their raps. And while we don't do enough, I think, paying attention to how much these guys are glorifying it sometimes. And a lot of them are not glorifying it. They're just kind of just telling they're living their truth, talking about the experiences. So I don't want to make it seem like all of them are glorifying that life. But I will say I feel like we as a consumer base, we as the listeners, we have a responsibility to change the narrative on how the music itself is becoming a reality for a lot of these dudes. I mean, they say it all the time. Art imitates life, and sometimes they say life imitates art. It kind of just depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? So without getting too cheesy on that side, like I just want to say, man, rest in peace to King Von, man. I know King Von was about to blow. Like I could just feel it. He had a couple songs that was starting to really hit, and this debut album of his, Welcome to O Block, was even before he passed, was doing pretty well. Like a matter of fact, he passed the week the album came out, 2 days after, was it not?
He passed, I
It might have
think,
been the day after.
a week after it came out.
Was
About
it a week after? Okay, I don't.
a week
Okay.
after it came out.
Yeah,
Um,
welcome to Old Block. It was, I think it did like 25K in the first week, and unfortunately, and we got to stop this shit too. The albums do even more numbers when the people died. Like, I understand people flock to the name, and they just, maybe a lot of people just found out who he is, but like, yo, we got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop showing love after people die. Like, I understand it. People, stream the guy's music, buy his merch, show love and support. But a lot of these dudes, like for example, Pop Smoke is another guy who senselessly got murdered, and his album is still streaming heavily. I personally don't know whether or not his album would have been received at the same level that it is now if he was not murdered and he was still here. I do believe the music was really good, but it's hard for me to tell. Some of these dudes have yet to reach their potential. Pop Smoke never reached his potential. King Von never even really got a national mainstream look. Juice WRLD was the only guy to me who died, and maybe XXXTentacion as well, who kind of saw the love before they actually reached their untimely death. But it leaves a sour taste in my mouth, man, when the numbers are doing better
well, the
after they pass. I be feeling some type of way about that.
the thing that's interesting is, I'm not used to seeing the person just so close to right before they die, right? Like back in the day, we didn't have the internet, or the internet wasn't utilized as much. Like Twitter, Instagram, and stuff was not around. Academics was not around. YouTube videos were not around. So you a lot of times can go a couple weeks, couple days without seeing this person. We saw King Von 2 days before, like on Academics.
Yeah,
Did a video. We saw him 2 days before. We listened to an album by him just a week ago. Pop Smoke, same thing. Pop Smoke's album just released like the week before he got shot. Um,
yeah, man.
you know, so because we're so up close and personal with the people, it makes it even more difficult to process because you're like, I just saw this person. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. Like I remember seeing Nipsey Hussle at a NCAA tournament game just like the day before. Um, it's just this to me. It's hard to deal with. I mean, even on outside of music, Kobe Bryant, like
Yeah,
literally before Kobe Bryant died, LeBron James just passed him on the all-time scoring list. He
yep,
tweeted out the last tweet Kobe Bryant ever had was congratulating LeBron James. Like, and the next morning he was gone. Like to me, that up close and personal, we all love it. We all love it because we get to really know who our favorite artists are, our favorite sports folks are. But at the same time, it comes with this grain of salt where um, a lot of times them passing away just comes out of left field for you.
Yeah. And I know what some people are gonna say, well, King Von lived that life, so you shouldn't be surprised. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, and I understand that notion. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think anytime somebody dies, especially somebody who's who has a promising career, it should be noted. And again, we cannot act like this is normal. Like I gotta keep stressing that, man. Like we have to do better as a community. I ain't gonna lie.
I agree.
I did like it. What happened that night should not have happened.
Mhm.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. Maybe that's enough. Shit. I don't even know if we should keep speaking on this because
Yeah.
I'm starting to get sad.